there, good looking. Welcome to my after workout stretch routine. However, you can do this stretch routine anytime in the day that you like. But this is awesome to do after a workout. And if you are part of my Fit and 15 challenge, woohoo! We are on day 13 and this is your active recovery day. Now, the only thing you need for this particular stretch session is a chair. We're going to use that for a couple of our stretches. And then if you have a hard surface, perhaps a mat. All right, let's go get all stretched out and feeling awesome. Hello there, hey, welcome. I'm PJ from fitnesswithpj.com and I help women over the age of 40 reclaim the tush of their 20s. Listen, I've been a personal trainer, basically everything in the fitness industry that you can imagine, for the past 25 years. I'm 50 years old myself, and that's why I started this channel. So it is super awesome to have you. Now listen, if you haven't already done so, before we get busy, click that subscribe button and then click that notification bell. That way YouTube can let you know every time I release a new workout, and hey, we can continue on this journey together. Now we are going to, just get right into the stretches. So this is, figuring that perhaps you have just finished a run or workout and you want a little extra stretch session, or maybe you just want to take a little break through the day and stretch the body. This is it. So let's start down on the ground for me. All right. Hands slightly ahead of you. Press yourself up into downward dog. Straighten the legs. Let the head relax. Feet in a straight line. And let's just give a couple of deep breaths here. Maybe the knees are soft. If you haven't worked out yet, just letting your body sort of find this space right now, this length, this shape. If you did just finish a workout, then by all means, think about lengthening behind the body by pressing the kneecaps away from you. Now come into high plank, right knee to elbow, and then ankle to left wrist. Sit yourself back. And it doesn't matter where you are, okay, in terms of flexibility. Your foot may be right underneath your groin. You may be able to get parallel to the front of your mat. Doesn't matter. From here, we will drop down onto the forearms and try to keep the hips squared and stretch into the glute and the hip rotators. Maybe if you're lucky like me and you've got your dog in front of you, you can give him or her a little pet. A little puppy love. Back of the leg is straight, so we've got full extension in that leg. Front leg's bent. 2 more breaths. Now let's get out of this safely so we don't twist the knee. So I want you to listen to me. Place your hands on the mat in front of you. Tuck your back toe under. Now lift that back leg up and then release that right leg. Now left knee, left ankle towards right wrist. And again, you could be like me, nowhere near my right wrist, or you could be fairly flexible and have that shin parallel to your mat. Both are correct. Now hips are squared. Come down onto the forearms. And let's breathe into this hip. We're stretching into your hip rotators here. Doesn't matter what sport you just finished, running, walking, strength training, HIIT, cycling, your rotators worked, walking. Our hips also tend to be tight as we age, so this is a great way to encourage them to stay mobile. Now let's tuck that back toe under, come up onto our hands, get out of this safely, and Big toes together, sit yourself back on your heels, walk your hands forward, forehead to the mat, and hold. As you're doing these, just focus on your breath, taking a nice deep breath in through the nose, exhale through the mouth, slowing the breathing down. Perhaps the low back starts to release and you can sit back on your heels a little bit more. Two more breaths. And peel yourself off. Knees under hips, right leg out. Lunge forward just a bit. We want to keep this back knee and hip fairly aligned. Inhale that left arm straight up. Exhale, lean away. This is too much for that back knee. Maybe double up your mat. Or if you're in your living room, grab one of your cushions off the couch, throw it under the knee. But here we want to hold this for a few breaths, maybe even tightening up that left glute to get more of a release into the area called your psoas, your hip flexor. And then we add that little lean away so we get an additional stretch in the TFL muscle, into your lats, obliques. Now take that left arm, bring it to the outside of that right knee, but don't pull the knee across. Keep that knee lined up at the front ankle. Rotate and look over the left shoulder. Walk your hand around your glute and hold. Back to center, other leg. Right knee lines up with the hip. Tighten your right glute. That really does help with the release in the psoas group. Inhale, right arm straight up. Exhale, lean away. Two more breaths. Right hand down to the outside of the knee. Again, we're not pushing on that knee. That knee stays solid on top of that front ankle. Rotate, look over the left shoulder. Walk the left arm around the glute, around the hip if you're able to. Turn your chin, get into the neck. And back to center. Lower onto the stomach, elbows under shoulders. Scoop the chest up. Extension of the spine, shoulders away from ears. If you feel pinching in your low back, tighten up your glutes. But we're trying to encourage the spine to extend, getting a stretch into the abs. Now, if your low back feels good with this, press your hands into the mat, push yourself up to full Cobra. Once again, though, keeping those ears away from the shoulders. Two more breaths. Release down. Extend the arms in a T position, palm facing down. Now, lift your left leg up, bend at the knee, and bring the toe to the ground and rotate back. So we're stretching into this right hip again, some more in quad, but as well into the right shoulder. Pardon me, left hip. But into the right shoulder and pec. You can drop the head if it hurts, keeping the head up, whatever feels good. Roll yourself back a bit more to get more stretch into that right shoulder. My toe is on the ground. My left toe's on the ground behind me. And let's rock back. Resituate ourselves. Lift your right leg up, bend the right knee, toe to the ground, roll back, and even press into the ground with the other hand. So your right hand push into the ground, rotate more, see if you can get more stretch into that left shoulder and left arm. And back to center. Grab your chair. Using the backing of it to get into your lats and T-spine. Thumbs pointed up, ankles under hips, drop your body down and hold. So similar to the stretch we did sitting back on our heels, but now we're actually going to get more of your thoracic spine, some T-spine mobility. With the thumbs pointed up, we can isolate the lats more, which tend to be really tight on us, limiting the ability to move our shoulders. Two more breaths. And release up. Heel on top of the chair. Press your bum away, hip hinge forward, getting into the hamstrings here for our final stretch. Other side. George is doing a big stretch now. And release. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you haven't already, hey, subscribe to the channel. I would love to keep working with you. I would also love to hear from you, so drop a comment down below. And if you've been to the workouts in the past, we could use your support on Patreon. For as little as $3 a month, you can help us keep the workouts going here on YouTube. I've got the info down below in the description, so go check it out. Have yourself a great rest of your day. Bye. Good job, bud. Good boy. See you later.